Hold on for a minute. Thank you, honey.
Okay. Welcome back to Wrestling Bands. Today with me, I have got former ECW Tag Team Champion, one half of the Gangstas, Mustafa Saed. Thank you for coming on, Mustafa.
Oh man, love it, man. Love it. I'm glad you had me on, man.
So, first question I've got for you: were you a fan of pro wrestling when you were growing up as a
Yeah,
child?
man. I got introduced with my grandfather, man. My grandfather, we saw. I was 6 years old, and I was spent the night up at his house, man, and we was running all in front of the TV, man. Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, he started looking at us real funny, man, and it got that look like sit your ass down, okay? Because wrestling's coming on, and
Yeah.
I've been a fan ever since, man. It was Mid
Who was,
Atlantic. It was Mid Atlantic Pro Wrestling.
who were some of your favorite wrestlers when you were growing up?
Well, my favorite wrestlers, man, was one of them was Ernie Ladd,
Hmm.
Johnny Valentine,
Okay.
Wahoo
Yeah.
McDaniels. You know, those was the
Yeah.
ones for me, man.
So, when did you know you wanted to be a pro wrestler?
The first live wrestling show I went to, man. You know that thing where you had those dreams in your heart, man. That you like, man, I got to
Yeah.
try this.
Yeah.
But you got other things in the way. But eventually this is gonna this itch. You gotta
Hmm.
scratch this itch, man. You know what I'm saying? So it kept itching me all the way up through. And my first live match I went to, my grandfather took me to it too. And it was main event was Johnny Valentine and
Wow.
Walter Daniels.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
Um, so were your family and friends supportive of you when when you chose to become a pro wrestler?
Of course not. You know, no, man, because my family was a traditional. The traditional. My mother and father was teachers,
Yeah.
so my dad he's sports though. He's into the sports because I played basketball for him in high school,
Hmm.
and we was basketball people, growing up. In all sports though, we boxing. It didn't matter. We watched it.
Yeah.
We boxing, the football, not the football that everybody else is used to, American football. And yeah, man. No, I didn't get no support from it, man. Not at first because you are doing something that is unbelievable, man. It's like waking up the next morning and then all of a sudden, you want to be a rock star.
Yeah.
That was kind of like
Yeah.
that's what it sounded like to them, and it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
basically what it is in pro
It
wrestling.
is. Yeah. Who trained you to become a pro wrestler?
It was Gene Anderson, man. Gene
Wow.
Anderson, the original. It was the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, the Anderson brothers, and
Yeah.
Ole. That wasn't, they wasn't brothers, but
I,
they would. We used to see them all the time. We used to go to the
yeah.
shows. The main event it'd be Wahoo McDaniels, Paul Jones versus the Anderson brothers, and that was one of the best runs that was there, man. Back in the day, Mid Atlantic. Then you would have Rip Hawk. I remember Rip Hawk,
Hmm.
um, Swede Hansen, Johnny Weaver. And these guys. I met a lot of these guys when I finally made it through the wrestling school.
Yeah. What was
So Gene Anderson was the one that trained me.
what was he like as a trainer?
Oh, man, one of the greatest assholes ever, man. One of the best, good people, man.
Yeah.
Good people. He was an asshole though. You know what I'm saying?
Was it
And
tough?
he didn't take. Yeah, he was tough. He didn't take no shit, man. We was doing 500 to 1,000 squats a day,
Oh my
headlock
goodness.
takeovers, push-ups, running. And you wrestle the goons they got. They Division I wrestlers and uh, different kind of people like that, man. Tough, man, to beat you up. And then you
Yeah.
then you go wrestle. Then you only work on then you work on that and you doing headlock takeovers, tackles, man, over and over and over again, man. Sometimes you might have a nightmare waking up doing so many. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you remember your first match? Who was it against, and what were your memories of it? Did it go well? Who was it
Well,
for?
my first match, it was like official match was one of them was Stan Hansen. So
Wow.
yeah, he beat me up, but it was good though.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was before back in the day. You didn't go over your match like you
Hmm.
do now. They give you a finish, and they leave out, and so Stan told me just hey, follow my lead, man. And it was like a tornado in there, man. I'm gonna tell you. You're in the ring, then he throw you out the ring, you're back in the ring, you're fighting your butt off, and then he roll you back in the ring, and then he beat you up some more, and then you fight back for a little bit, and then he give you
Hmm.
that lariat, and it's over. Knock you in
Yeah.
the next week.
Did you have a gimmick? What was your first sort of character you had as a
Of
wrestler?
course not, man.
Uh,
We was reaching. I was a jobber, man. I was
yeah.
reaching for everything, think of just about, one time I told people I was kin to Ernie Ladd, and and then went through that, and then I had tights on. I was wearing tights, boots. One time I had uh, karate pants on, coming in with a machete with paint on my face, eating raw meat. I done
Oh
did
my
everything.
goodness. Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I did all
So
kind of gimmicks. So people out there that don't want to tell the truth, I tell you the truth.
yeah.
I went
Was
through a whole lot of different gimmicks and
hmm
styles to get it right. You
So
know.
was this in the NWA you started out in?
Yeah, it was NWA. It was let's see. We started out with Gene had me down, and we went to shoot. Man, it's all kind of places we went to. But I know once for sure we went down to Spartanburg, South Carolina, or it was
Okay.
Greenville, one of them. Well, it was Greenville, South Carolina, and we had to
Yeah.
go wrestle down there, man. And that's where I met, Ric Flair and all those guys was walking around, man.
Yeah.
So it was
What
good
was
experience. Good experience.
what was Ric Flair like? Did you meet good?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I really did. I just stayed with my little clique, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't try to get in. You get in where you fit in. You know what I mean? And so what I did is I hang with my little clique, man, that I had, and that's how I learned wrestling. Now, what I did was I used to hang. I used to
Mm.
go around and be almost like a James Bond, a top
Yeah.
agent. Walking around.
Yeah.
You get beside people and you just listen to people. Sometimes because they didn't directly talk to you all the time. You know,
Ah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what they did was, uh, they wouldn't tell you the business. Back then everybody was not very friendly about telling you how things are.
Hmm.
You do this and you do that. And one night I was always the opening match. So I always, when I was growing up, I always liked we go to see the live matches. I always liked the first match. And don't get me wrong, I see the main event too. But
Yeah.
the first match always fascinated me the most because they would go out to the ring, and the first time that I went to a live match, the guy went out, and he seemed like he looked straight at me,
Yeah.
standing on the limber, and we was booing him, and then next thing you know, he said, "Shut your hole." And
Yeah.
next thing you know it, I jumped behind my grandfather, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared, man.
Yeah.
But it did something to my heart in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I got to do this. That scared the hell out of me. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So after that, next thing you know it, I went to WCW. Uh, I was the first match. Every time we go to, house shows and stuff like that, I was always the
Okay.
match. Right. So, and that's how I learned. Then I learned, you know what I mean? But it was grueling, man. I'm trying to tell people wrestling
Mm.
a lot of times. I'm not saying wrestling today is not, because I don't want to get on people about how wrestling is. I'm glad that guys get an opportunity to do it. But man, you had to do grueling matches, and these grueling matches was uh, headlock takeovers, working a hold, and man, you talking about body burning, man. You know, your lower back burning, the legs burning. You know, trying to breathe and breathe good, and you gotta work it out, man. You know, and that's what I did. I was able to do that, man. But a lot of guys ain't gonna tell you the pain that they went through. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's cool, man. It wasn't nothing wrong. I was good." You know?
Yeah,
On the side, you know, they was hurting, man. They had to take a head hurting or whatever.
Definitely. So, when did you meet New Jack?
Oh man, we met New Jack in the streets, man. We was in the streets. Yeah. So, but we didn't know we was. He didn't know I was wrestling. I didn't know he was actually wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Because we hung out. And he said, "Yeah, you know, I wrestle." I said, "You do?" I said, "After all these months, were you just now telling me?" You know, basically. You know, so we did a couple of shows together.
Yeah.
We wasn't on the same match. We didn't do the same match. We wasn't tagging at all at one time. And it was North Georgia Wrestling that that we went back to. And Ray Candy, I met Ray Candy, which would train Jack.
Yeah.
And he was good people, man. And you know, he was telling me stuff about the way to do things, man. And I always remember it. You know what I'm saying? He always taught me a lot. And you know, and then Jack, me and him. Then we do so I asked Jack that let's tag. You know.
Okay.
Right. And so, but we ran in the streets together for a long time before we would, you know, decide to do this.
So you eventually went to Smokey Mountain Wrestling.
Yeah. What happened was way before that, me and Jack started to wrestle together, and so we went had a trip, came back, and I said, Jack, man, why don't we tag? He said, but the size is different. We're not the same size. I said, well, that's what's gonna make it good because I'm gonna look like the goon in the back, and you're gonna look like the crazy guy, the smaller guy. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely work.
And people put that together, and I'm not gonna say anything because the reason why I didn't really say anything, I could out talk New Jack. You know what I'm saying? I don't think my promos wouldn't have been up to par with the way he was doing it. You know what I'm saying? I guess more of mine was in the street. Now, if I was in the street, I talk a lot, man. But I get on the microphone, you know, it was very limited in what you really needed to say because you in these places where you know you got to be try to be politically correct because they got all these sponsors and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So you finally got to Smoky Mountain Wrestling, where you won the tag team titles. What was the atmosphere like during that time? I know it was in that sort of part of the country for you and New Jack.
Well, you know, it's like how would I say? It was great feeling. To other people, it had been a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because I was raised up. I was raised up in the South. And you know, the people let you know they like you or not. You know what I'm saying? So I was that kind of person. I get in where I fit in. Again, you know what I'm saying. So I didn't care what people thought about me. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like on these cats. Now, is it a language barrier on this thing, or is it good?
That's fine. Go for it.
Okay, cool. So, like I said, some of the people ain't shit anyway. So, you know, but that's the good part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I knew that. So when you hear things, you know, all the N words and everything. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say it like that because it does still defend people. Because I'm kind of buck wild talker. But you know, the thing about it was that you know the way the places we went to was not us that was there. You know what I'm saying? And Cornette asked us before. He said, "Man, you're gonna be going to towns. It's basically gonna be all white." So and I said, "You gonna pay?" He said, "Yeah, we'll be there." You know what I'm saying? I mean, as simple as that. It don't matter what it was doing. And we almost got Jack got arrested. The other times that we didn't get arrested is because God rest his soul. Tracy Smothers talked to the sheriff all the time about us because he was ready to take us in. He was always ready to take us to jail.
Wow.
You know, because Cornette lost sponsors and different things like that because of. But he wanted it. Yeah, I guess he wanted it that way because he told us you can say this and you can say that on the microphone, and Jack ran away with it, man. You know, especially with the O.J. Simpson deal,
Yeah.
different things, man. And you know, I had my background too, so you know, we was always putting our heads together. And then we had D'Lo Brown. You know, D'Lo
Yeah.
Brown was with us too. So
Yeah, he was. What was Jim Cornette like to work for?
to me, Jim Cornette was, hey, he was a good man to me. He hired me. So
Hmm.
you know, I think he was good people now. But let's get back to what can possibly be told in those situations. A lot of those situations where they'll tell you that they don't like they prejudice, racist, all these things you hear. But
Hmm.
see, you got to remember, we're still businessmen. Businessmen
Yeah.
look beyond a lot of it. As long as we can get that green together,
Hmm.
the rest of that bullshit can walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Cornette was good people. I thought that was a great businessman and a very great mind for pro wrestling. And it's a shame
Hmm.
that they really don't use him, but he
Yeah.
can be overbearing to some people. But
Definitely.
to me, I didn't think I thought he was cool. Thought he
Yeah.
was cool. Yeah.
One of your most notable feuds in Smoky Mountain Wrestling was with the Rock and Roll Express. What was it like working with a legendary tag team like them?
Oh man, it was a dream, man, to come
Yeah.
true, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to watch the guys on TV, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I watched them in live matches. I remember when the Andersons. That's when Arn was tagging with Holy, and they would have feuds, and then it would be the Rock and Roll and the Midnight Express. You
Hmm.
know, all these guys, man. So then next thing you know, we in the ring with them.
Yeah.
You know, and dude, I'm gonna tell you, it was different. You could grab a hold on something, and a lot of times people will be so loud in the matches, you know, because you know a lot of people didn't want to see them lose. You know what I'm saying? And they
Yeah.
just had it, man. They had that it, and they gave
They
it to
did.
us. Man. Helping, you know, they
Oh.
helped us out, man. You know, give us a chance to wrestle them, and
Hmm.
yeah, it was a dream come true, man. No lie.
Oh, brilliant. It's fantastic. So why did you end up leaving Smoky Mountain Wrestling?
Oh, money, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, it's
It's like,
always
yeah.
me. I'm business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm business. You ain't gonna never hear me say, "Well, I left because they didn't treat me right."
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know all these babies that they got out here, they
Yeah.
didn't pat me on the back, and you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? They didn't get, you know, all this other stuff they whining
Yep. Yep.
about, get,
Yeah.
all that little get stuff. But you know, with me, it was just a money thing. You know, I left, and me and Jack left, and went up to ECW.
Yeah. And you debuted in ECW, I think around 1995, was it? Um,
Yeah, well, probably one of them years. Shoot, because
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie
And
to you, I wasn't never sober hardly
no,
all that time. I was you know what I was, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
gone.
I was an addict. I was an addict and an
Yeah.
alcoholic, but
Hmm.
I was working out. I guess I was a workaholic too, because every time I would get high, drunk or something, I go work out.
Ah,
Every time, just about. I mean, it might be 2, 3 times a day and I go work out 2 and 3
wow.
times, 4 times a day, you know,
Hmm.
sweating, you know what I'm saying, getting down, doing squats and push-ups, burpees, and all kind of stuff I could think of, you
Well, your
know. Right.
first feud was with the Public Enemy. It was a
Yeah.
long, violent feud. What do you remember about those matches?
Oh man, it was classics, man. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
they still
Uh,
live up to today. I can go back and watch them. They're just as good.
oh man, sometimes when I watch him and I say, I can't believe some of the stuff we were doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it was magic, man. It was magic because when we got there, and we got up to Philadelphia. See, I had been going to Philadelphia, and I knew how tough it was. You know,
Yeah.
I grew up, I went to New York and Philly every summer. You
Okay.
know, just about because my mom, and dad, we all had relatives up there,
Hmm.
and you can hear them talking shit about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What they like, what they didn't like. WWF was up there when I first went up there. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So there was
Yeah.
San Martino,
Yeah.
and those guys. So you had to be tough, man. And I knew we
Yeah.
had to bring it once we got to ECW. So Jack, myself, man, we did a thing up there,
You
man.
did, yeah. What did you
Yeah,
think of the fans there? The
loved them,
ECW, they got legendary fans.
man. Love them, man. They're the most unique fans. Nobody will ever get a fan like you have in ECW. You know,
No.
I just got to say that. You know, pro wrestling. My hats off to a lot of you guys out there, and some of you guys made better accomplishments than I did. But I tell you one thing: they didn't have as much fun as I did, and they didn't have the kind of fans I had.
No,
I tell you that.
definitely not.
Yeah.
What was Paul Heyman like?
He was he was so much of a genius that you know how somebody such a genius he crazy. You know, he's
Yeah.
insane damn near. You know what I mean? But he's able to keep it together because of the wrestling business. If it wasn't for the wrestling business, I don't know if Paul Lee still be living right
No,
now. One of
maybe
them kind
not.
of dudes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
some people is wrestling or bust, and that's what it was with me. Wrestling, make it in wrestling, or my life had been just being busted up. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Well, during your time in ECW, you worked with some of the best tag teams to come through ECW. I mean, like we said, the Public Enemy, the Dudleys, the Eliminators, RVD and Sabu. Who were some of your favorite teams to work with?
Well, the magic was to me was Public Enemy.
Yeah,
And also, we had some. I thought we had some great match. You know what? It really can't say because it was all magic everywhere
it
we went to.
was.
Every
It
match,
was.
there was never a slack moment in the people we went against. You know,
Yeah,
even Stevie Richards and Blue Meanie. You
yeah.
know, it was
There were so many great teams, so many
yeah,
great
man.
matches. I could have gone on all day with the tag teams that you faced. Yeah.
Right, right. You know, it was when we got there, man. The party was on, man. You know, I
Mm.
don't even remember getting sleep sometimes. Yeah, I do remember now because on the way to the show, get a little sleep, fade
Yeah.
off a little bit, and then jump back up, ready to go, man. It was something else, man.
The one thing I wanted to ask you about was the mass transit incident. What do you remember about that night? Did you know New Jack was going to do what he was going to do?
Well, to be honest with you, it was their. I'm gonna keep it real, man. It was
Yeah,
their
go
fault,
for it.
man, putting that dude in the ring, man.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
he
because I
should
looked at
never
it
have.
and I looked and I
He's,
said, okay. Personally, I was
mhm.
gonna leave that night.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I seen him
Yeah,
and and I looked at him. And I said, "No way, bro." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
No way are we supposed to get in the ring with this dude? Because
Hmm.
don't get me wrong, man. I did real, I did contact sports. I've been fighting in the street before,
Hmm.
and you don't ever underestimate an opponent. But come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
I thought it was a bad idea from the get go, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey,
Hmm.
he said he was qualified, so we whooped his ass. While he was in there. Now the other stuff that happened,
Hmm.
it went down the way it did, man.
Yeah.
So you can't. I'm not laughing at the situation, laughing at the
No,
dude
but
that happened to him. But it went down, man. You know what I mean? And
he
turned
knew what he
around.
was doing. His father was there with him, supposedly. That's
Yeah,
according to the story. So his dad was there. He knew he was lying about his age.
you're right, and see, that's another thing. See, you know what I mean? You know why? Well,
Go on.
wrestling's fake.
Yeah.
Wrestling's fake. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now let's consider the fake side of it. What I wanted to make sure that I was real. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What we was doing in the ring or not, I wanted to make sure that I was real, and then people wouldn't take me for granted. You know,
Definitely.
and that was the whole point of the whole thing. Man, I had got some good teachings from a lot of people, man. Um, as I went along, because I'm the kind of person that doesn't look for advice, but if I do get it, I'm not going to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna listen to it like Stone
Yeah.
Cold, Steve Austin. But he was stunning Steve at the time in WCW. He spoke to me. Ron Simmons, Tuco Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, man, they watched out for me, man, a little bit because they didn't have to
Wow.
say they didn't have to say what they needed to say to me. You know
What
what I
was
mean?
Steve? What was Steve like?
Oh, Steve was straight up, man. He telling,
Yeah.
yeah, he's straight up dude, man. You want to eat? You want to eat? Well, listen to what I got to say. I said, You know, that's the I mean, damn right I want to eat. Shit, I like my lights on. You know, at the house. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, what you got to say, I want to hear. You know, it wasn't. It wasn't. You know, I grew up with my dad. So my dad was in the military. He went to the Korean War, man. So you know, he was a
Wow.
mean. He could be mean, but he was a loving guy. But
Yeah.
but when he go on that other side, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I wasn't scared of nobody else like that. You know what I'm saying? So he was telling me like it is, man. So and Ron did too. Ron Simmons,
Yeah.
good
What's he
people,
like?
man. Ron set me down one time, man. We was over there in the center stage at the time
Hmm.
before show was about to start. And man, he gave me a good long talk, man, and good people, man. I always thanked him for that.
Oh, that's
Right.
brilliant. Did either of you have any heat, you and New Jack, for the mass transit incident backstage?
Well, personally, I didn't.
No.
Uh, I don't know what happened to Jack because with Jack, I was hoping nobody would mess with him because
No.
you know he goes extreme on everything.
Yeah.
Just you know what I mean in that situation. So I think they held the guy back. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
him
Yeah.
getting whipped up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh-huh.
you're right. So no, I didn't really go through no heat with it, but the mass transit incident, man, was one of those things. Let me say it like this: as quick as you pick somebody up and
Hmm.
throw him down, and then
Yep.
you in the ring, you turn back around, he's bleeding. I mean, he bleeding. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And it was a mess. You know, and
Yeah.
it was like but I was still in my mode. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
was still in my
Yeah.
mode of
Yeah.
wanting to hurt them, want to hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So you don't think about it until you get out the ring, and then you get out the ring and you finally the adrenaline go down a little bit. You say, yeah, man, that sure was a lot of blood.
Yeah.
That's all I said. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I was on my way to get something to eat, but I said, man, on the way there, I was like, that sure was a lot of blood. Shit. Well, let me get a
Yeah.
drink. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, double
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Double it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
During this sort of time, the Monday Night Wars were going on between WCW and WWF. They were luring talent away from ECW with big contracts. Did you and New Jack ever get offers from WCW or WWF for the
Oh
Gangsters to
man.
go?
No, dude, well, I'm gonna be honest, I was guilty by association. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Which was a good thing. It wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it a bad thing because the New Jack is
No.
my brother, man. You know, he's my
Yeah.
brother. And no, we didn't really get an offer. Uh,
Okay.
well, the offer I did get, I was in Vegas with WCW, but Vince had shut it down. Vince had shut it
Ah.
down and he bought it out. And
Mm-hmm.
I was about to get a pretty good deal. You know,
Oh.
I said it for business, get paid. A lot of guys they don't like to do
Mm-hmm.
the jobs and things like
Yeah.
that. I was one of those guys. I wanted, hey, can we make some
Yeah.
money together, man? Shit,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Come on now, you know, and all this other stuff that they worrying about. Now, if you really want to show what you got, there's
Mm-hmm.
MMA. You can do MMA. There's boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I guarantee you'll get your ass whooped when you go down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah,
So.
it was what it was it would have been a bad business move for me
Mm-hmm.
uh, trying to go to WWE. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have gone, but
Yeah.
at that time it would have been a bad business deal for me. So I was down in Puerto Rico when all that mess
Yeah.
was going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And man, I was making my money. Shoot, man, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? At that time you could still make as much money as those guys, some of those guys that was in that company. See, the
Mm-hmm.
point of it is you get in where you fit in, man, and do you.
Yeah.
You don't try to outdo. I'm not going to outdo the Rock, man. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You
Yeah.
know, seeing it like that. Now we in the wrestling ring, and we're actually wrestling and things like that. You know, show them a
Yeah.
few things, but you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not like that. It's about drawing money, man, and making the people and entertaining the people. You know, what I'm
Yeah.
saying you keep your lights
Definitely.
on, entertaining the people, man, sending them home happy. You know, and saying, "Wow, Mustafa, man, he was acting a fool." You know what I'm saying? That's all you want to hear. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And make
Yeah.
you feel better and make you feel, it's inspirational. It's
Yeah.
inspirational. You know, even if they don't like you, man, it's
Yeah.
inspirational to me because, like, man, if you look at the YouTube and some of my matches on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
they might they say some great things about other guys, But when they see Mustafa Saed, a lot of times he ain't shit. And I was like, man, I was so happy because you know me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Any publicity is better than none. A lot of the times, you can't wrestle, or man, I just don't like Mustafa. Man, you know how happy I was smiling, man. You know, when I read that, and I was like, man, these dudes know me. These people know me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
some people get bent out of shape when they see something on Twitter, food book, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? They get all bent out of shape with somebody talking bad about them. You know,
Oh, yeah.
they get to crying and going on. Then they tweet back something, because they can't take it. You know what I'm saying?
That is the
If you can't
problem.
take it, get out the kitchen. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So back in 1997 at Heatwave, you faced the Dudleys in a steel cage match for the Tag Team Championships, which you won for the second time. After that, you left ECW. Do you know what? Do you remember why?
Like I said before, man, it's all business, man. You know, the
Yeah.
finances wasn't. Man, they got other offers from different places, man. So
I see.
and I took off, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what it is you can ride or die. Jack
Yeah.
was that's what Jack. He loved ECW, and I didn't want to get in the way. But I told him, I said, we already made an agreement. They said whoever blows up or whatever, man, we got to understand it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we still buddies today, man. Still good friends today, man.
Yeah.
Because of that, because we understand this business, man. Sometimes you fall in and you fall out. You know, deep down inside, we real brothers. And you know, everybody don't get along with all their family members.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Right.
yeah. So you returned in 1999 at Crossing the Line ECW, and you turned on New Jack.
Yes.
And do you think that was the right choice, or do you think you could have had another run as a tag team?
Oh man,
maybe hold the titles?
let me tell you something, man. That was a good business move at that time. But deep down inside, man, let's just keep it. All the promoters don't know what they don't.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard it from me. Shoot, they have some money, and some of them have some money and things like that, but they don't know what's good for the business. They don't know how the draw people like they should. Sometimes they draw people because of certain connections they got. You know, they draw people, but you won't be able to keep them. You see what I'm saying? The argument was that at one time with one of the arguments was back in the day with Ole Anderson was he'll sell out a place like the Omni back in the old days in Georgia every week. Okay, then the Madison Square Garden would sell out once a month. So who's winning?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Definitely.
I'm not going to say anything. So the places where I was going was hot. We had good angles and things like that, and this was a good hot angle, and that was good.
It was.
To do that.
You had some really good matches with New Jack. You had what was it like facing him one-on-one rather than teaming with him?
Oh, dude, it was easy. It's easier either way. We're real professionals, man. You know what I'm saying? We're real professionals, regardless of what opinions it might be. It's about getting that paper, man. Who cares about?
Yeah, definitely. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. Yeah.
You know, right.
Yeah.
This is what makes me laugh is watch the money pile up. Keep hating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So, those was classics, man. Jack was easy to work with, and when he came off the top, when I was on the table, bam, he crashed. And then, but this was the funny part. Now, me personally, when the 1-2-3, he got the 1-2-3. Did you know that they said that they wanted us to do some more stuff after that? I said, what can you do?
You can
I
barely
said, what
move.
can you do if a man that flew off the top of half the arena on top of somebody? And then I look, I said, I ain't doing that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? 1-2-3, he get the 1-2-3. He get the revenge on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that should be the finish there. There's no more. You can't top. You can't top that. Like, how could you follow doing anything after that?
Didn't mean to interrupt you, but you see what these dudes doing now?
Yeah.
And they just jump right back up. Come on.
Yeah. That's what annoys me about pro wrestling today. That's why I love watching you guys and all the old stuff. rather than today's stuff.
You see, and I'm not knocking them, man. Get your money. You know what I mean? Get your money, but man, they're gonna be wondering next few years why they got the kind of pull they want. You know.
Yeah. So after you left ECW, you said you went to Puerto Rico and Japan. Did you enjoy your time in both those countries?
I did, man. I love going to Japan. But the Puerto Rico was that was a spot, man. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. You get beer bottles thrown at you. They got these green little beans or something, man, that they grow out of the tree. I mean, they throw them things at you, man. We always had to duck, walking somewhere and going to the ring and they had nets around things because people throw so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it was baseball fields. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't particularly for wrestling, but it did save me. A lot of times because they would throw stuff. And I remember one time, man, we were supposed to do a run-in. Now we had a baseball field. Now we're gonna do a run-in, right?
Yeah.
And the run-in, man, it was like 100 yards almost to try to run on it. I might be exaggerating a little bit. It was about a good 50 to. I'm exaggerating when I said 100, but it was about 50 yards. Right? Yeah. I told myself, hell, I ain't running in there. You're gonna be too blowed up by the time I can't throw a punch. I won't be able to throw a punch at the guy. By the time we get there, I told him, how about when you walk up and just sit there for a minute and then let them wrestle a little bit, let the people get used to us, because we're not in an arena somewhere you can just run in the ring, and then do something. So they said, yeah, that's a good idea. I said, damn, boy, damn if I was gonna run all the way trying to get there. You know what I'm saying? The guy, first of all, the guy gonna see you a mile away. You on a baseball field. So he's gonna see you coming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was we walk all the way out. And I'm not saying all those guys was clowns, but the one guy that said it, he said, we need to run out there. I said, man, that don't sound right. I used to tell him, I said, that don't sound right. Yeah. So it was I was going against a guy named Shane that was wrestling, and then we had heat with them. So but Carlos Colon, all them, man, it was pretty ugly, man. As far as what went down there. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there, but what you know what I mean?
Yeah, if you earlier on in Puerto Rico, what happened to Bruiser Brody out there and the violence they were known for. Were you ever worried of your safety or anything like that out there?
Nah, man, I wasn't worried about that, man. I was pure projects. You know what I'm saying? The way I was thinking, man, I went down to the projects, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna tell you what one of my days was, and we had a 30-minute match. I had a 30-minute match against God, there's so many people I work down there. But anyway, so it was a 30-minute match that night. That morning, I went straight to the bar. So I went straight to the bar, drunk a case of beer. Drunk a case of beer, right? That morning. Right after that, I went running. I went running on the beach. And I started doing push-ups and stuff like that. Then sat back, smoked a joint. Later on, after I did all that, then went back to the gym again and lifted weights. So then I lifted weights and so I still got this case of beer and I sweated it almost out of me. So we get to the match that night and the guys would have beers waiting for you. So you give them a few dollars and stuff like that. You can go grab you a couple of beers. So I can grab me a couple of more beers. Right now I'm waiting for the match. I'm warming up, stretching, and doing all the other stuff. I'm gonna sweated all that stuff out of me. You know what I'm saying? So I went to the match. I went to the ring sober after doing all that. I was like, man, what the hell? This is Puerto Rico. It'll burn. I mean, it was that jungle heat, man. You know what I'm saying? It was so hot down there at times, man. And then Abdullah was down there. Everybody, and so it was different. And no, it is dangerous. But it's only dangerous. It's only dangerous if if you don't fit in. I guess you got to fit in, man. I was there, man.
Yeah,
I was in it, boy.
Cool.
I got to see Macho Camacho before he died.
Wow.
Camacho, I met him, man. Good people, man.
Who else?
Man, all kind of dudes down there. It was good people, man. You know what I'm saying?
During that time,
So,
ECW closed. What were your thoughts when you heard that ECW had closed in 2001?
I mean, I'm gonna keep it real. All I said
Yeah,
was, "Oh,
yeah,
that's all I can say." You know what I'm saying? Because like
yeah.
I said, because let me keep it real. Let me keep it real with you, man.
Go
On
for it.
this, okay? And people, when you conducting business with certain people, man,
Hmm.
people got habits. Okay,
Hmm.
they got yacht habits, they got house habits, and then they got drug habits and women habits.
Yeah,
Okay, so they got to find a way to keep things going, and then they all out of control. With certain situations, they ain't telling you what's up. I know what's up though. They say, but the money gonna be a little short tonight, but not mine, cause pay me now. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never ran across the problem. I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, oh, okay, you got that nose candy problem. Okay, so I
yeah,
see. So it's gonna be a problem if this guy's trying to get that money. This place ain't
yeah,
gonna stay open too
yeah.
long because you don't mix, man. Let me say it like this. If you're gonna be business about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you really want to run a business, these are to the people. And I'm gonna say this: these are to the people who want to party and to run a business at the same time. Guess what? They don't mix.
No.
You got to handle your business first.
Yeah.
Okay, party. You got to shut that thing. You got to shut that partying down because that ain't paying no bills. Okay, you got to go where they're paying the bills at, and then you put all into your business. Okay, then you party
Mhm.
hard again, but you got to make sure that party is not taking over into your business side.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the
I
only
do.
reason that's the reason why I survived.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in around 2005, 2006, WWE tried to revive ECW with the one night stands, and
Yeah.
they made them the third brand. What did you think of their attempt to make ECW? Uh,
Come on, man. That'd be like trying to invent a new cat and a dog at the same time.
yeah.
Cloning. That'd be like trying to clone a cat and a dog or something. Because what it was um, the original ECW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We had fun. Okay, by that
Hmm.
time it got too corporate. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? Once a corporate gets inside, corporate don't mix with pro wrestling, man. I'm just saying.
No, it
Okay.
doesn't.
Now you can keep it afloat. You can keep it afloat because
Yeah.
you know how to be marketable. Keep your commercials, all this stuff going, things like that. But deep down inside, man, it don't mix, man. It don't look right
No.
because first of all, you're trying to be politically correct. Pro wrestling is a illogical business. It don't make sense, but it does make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you can't put logic to. You put logic. See, this is what's wrong with some of the guys that never made it in wrestling because they try to put logic to it. It ain't no
Hmm.
logic. You can try it if you want to. I guarantee you'll be working somewhere else because it's illogical. First of all, you throwing yourself down a lot of times.
Yeah.
People are throwing you. When you running the ropes. What other place does you see that?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
A guy get like you would have angles, right? And
Yeah.
who would get mad at an angle because the other people are cheering you more, and you get mad and you jump the guy. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? And then there's the reason why you get on the mic. This is the reason why
Yeah.
you always trying to take my swing, nigga. You trying to take my swing, and I don't like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else you gonna find that at, man? Who else can you
Mm.
talk to this about? See, when
Yeah.
like with you, I can talk to pro wrestling about this. I talk
Yeah.
to somebody else looking at you like, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
a logical business, man. And
Yeah.
see, you can't like the thing in UK, okay,
Hmm.
got some of the best wrestlers, man. I wrestled Steven Regal.
Yeah.
Um, uh, what's the other guy? He's training them guys down there, and it hit me as I go along. But yeah, he was with me when I was out in England wrestling in England too.
Oh,
And man, you got
yeah.
some tough people. I'm gonna tell you, man. I don't give a damn what they say. It's some tough people in UK.
Yeah.
You tell me, get your ass whooped. Okay, you want to run across the wrong people over here, man. I'm telling you, man. It's fighters over there and shooters. Have you twisted up? Chewing that. You know what I mean?
They take it serious. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
man. They like their shooting. Do
but
you still?
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go. You go.
No, the reason why I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The reason why wrestling is not working where some places and it should be is because idolatry, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm not a religious guy, but you know, when you idolize the wrong things in life, it tends to throw you off of your goals that you're really trying to achieve for yourself. And you idolizing the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? I don't get too deep into it. But what happens is these guys, they looking at the wrong stuff to make things work. And I'm just going to do it in parables a little bit because I ain't going to get deep into it. But if you're trying to run a real wrestling show, you got to get some athletes. You got to get some athletes. You got to get guys that really want to do this and through thick and thin want to make this thing work. And if you got some of them flaky people around you, it just don't work, man. I'm just going to tell you like, right.
Are you still working yourself now? Like, are you still performing?
Well, I was, man. I was, you know, and everything. But you know, right now, just working out, man, training.
Yeah.
You know, so going getting this money. You know, saying the best way I can, and that's it, man. You know, well, I still watch wrestling. I still watch wrestling because I got a few of my friends. You know, people that I work with, Jr. Kratos, Tim Thatcher, Jeff Cobb. You know, just to name a few. Had the Reno Scum. They was in TNA.
Yeah.
You know, so I got a lot of people that you know.
Jeff Cobb's doing really well for himself at the moment out in Japan. He's really,
I got a match. We worked each other. We worked each other a few times. You know what I'm saying? Show them the ropes a little bit on certain things. You know what I'm saying? And he already got it though. He was.
He is phenomenal. The size of him and the way he moves.
Dude, let me tell you something about Jeff Cobb though. Let me tell you something real about Jeff Cobb real quick. Man, we picking me up for a side suplex. He held me there a good 10 seconds like it wasn't nothing. Then we went from there into a standing suplex. And he held me up there a good 10 seconds. No problem, man. And boom.
Yeah.
All in one motion. He did all that stuff. That's how strong he is.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Right. He always thought I was crazy though, the way I because he said you move to be so big, you move so fast. And,
you do. Yeah.
I can blow people up. You know what I'm saying? So I know the trick.
So do you watch any of the current products?
Huh?
Do you watch any of the current product like WWE or AEW or any of that?
I still watch it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, it's let me say it like this, and I'm not gonna knock it. What it is, man, is you get these sponsors to sponsor you, and I get it, man. You know what I mean? You get marketable and things like that. Well, you're not caring about wrestling no more. Why would you care about it no more? Once these people I mean, look at the commercials, man. Look at all the people that's backing you. You know what I'm saying? So you really gonna think about the quality of wrestling anymore like that? You know what I'm saying? And the people that's around you, so corporate and trying to be politically correct in front of people. Say, for instance, I know you use one of the sponsors coming. Yeah. Okay. I'm talking shit to somebody. Man, fuck that shit. You show up, I'll be like, hey, sir, how you doing? That's what they do, man.
Yeah.
And then they switch it up. You see what I'm saying? But it's a lot of places want it raw, man. You know, like, man, I did drugs, man. I alcohol, everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Alcohol. I mean, I'm clean now, but man, I was doing all that stuff, man. I still work out. I still got the training. I still train and stuff like that. And but I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all.
No.
I can tell you, I got up in the morning every morning and did the Rocky and all that kind of
Yeah.
dun, dun, dun. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't get up and do all that, man. I
Yeah.
didn't. What I did was I got drunk a lot of times. I got high. Then, but I would lift weights. So I go lift weights and then I go train. I might do 200 or 300 squats in a row. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
Go down and do
That's
push-ups. Then I
crazy.
might smoke a joint. Then I might smoke a joint at the same time.
That's
You
crazy.
see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's
well, man, but I knew that you had to be business though, man. It's about it's really the business, man, and that's what's the problem with a lot of guys. And you hear all this other griping that you're gonna hear from these other guys. It's money, man. It's about the money, and if you ain't down with it, it's gonna chew you alive eventually. You know, because
yeah.
you mismanage your money or you take it for granted. You see what I'm saying? If you're not all business about this stuff, regardless of the habits, I was business. Shit, I know, man. I knew. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
what
I knew
advice
that
would you
this is a business, man.
what advice would you give to people that wanted to become a pro wrestler?
If your skin ain't thick, don't do it. Because
Yeah.
you gotta be, you're gonna have every downfall you can think of, every up and down you can think of. See, when when people were when people were upset about certain things, I was happy about because I knew about it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it seems like they don't really want me around here. Okay, well, go somewhere else. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
That's
never
it.
run across them all the time, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Go somewhere else. Because some guys, it just wasn't about the money. It was the person, this other stuff. I can't even relate to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't even relate to it. Like, it'd be nice if you pat you on the back every now and again, let you know you're doing it. Man, you don't shut the hell up with all that old bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man, it's about the money, man. You get the money.
That's it. It's all about that money. Yeah.
Right, man. You get the money. Uh, then he give me an opportunity to go to the next town. The
Yeah.
next town, he's calling you over and over again. Please come down here. We need you down here. You know what I'm saying? And I was there, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was good with me. You know, some of the guys I didn't get along with.
Yeah.
Hell, I didn't even talk to him hardly. I'd be like, shake their hand real quick. I'm gonna put my stuff on, handle this business real quick, and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you're professional, you do your job. That's what
You
it's
do
all
your
about.
job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Man,
I
it was
just want
Robbie.
yeah.
His name was Robbie. Robbie,
Yeah.
damn it.
Brookside.
Anyway,
Was it Robbie Brookside?
Robbie Brookside. Yeah. Man, that's a
Yeah.
good dude right there, man.
Yeah.
That dude right there, man. He talk to you and he look in your eyes, man, and he let you know I can kick some ass. I know you can.
That's
Yeah, man.
brilliant.
Good people, man.
Yeah, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming on. I was a massive fan of yours back when you were in ECW. It's an honor to talk to you and just spend a little time talking. I know you're very busy, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for coming on. Where can people find you? Where can people follow you? Do you have any merchandise out there they can buy of yours?
Yeah, tell them to hunt it down. If they really want to hunt it down, I ain't gonna give them nothing. Tell
Okay
them to
then.
look it up.
I
Tell them to
will
look it
do.
up. If they see something, they look it up because I haven't see some of these people I'm dealing with right now. It's
Yeah.
not even written in stone yet.
Okay.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I got
Okay.
to make sure that some of these people cool, man, because you
Yeah.
don't have people come along there they act like they cool. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
you know,
Definitely. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. So but as you can see, before I get ready to leave, as you can see, I don't give up. You see, I
No.
kept fighting this thing, trying to get on this show.
You did, and
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
you never
never
gave
quit.
up. You came on, and
So
thank you
my
so
advice,
much.
you know what
Go
I'm
on.
saying? My advice to other people: never quit.
Yeah,
Okay, because you're about there. Let me tell you this one story before we get off.
go for it.
You know, there's a guy, there's a couple, man. They had a backyard, and they
Hmm.
decided they wanted you know, some oil, man. You know what I'm saying? So they decided to leave their house where they was at. Right? They kept digging around in the backyard. You couldn't find anything, so they stopped. Right? So
Hmm.
they sold the place and they left, man, and they went on somewhere else. Right? So
Yeah,
they was moving around, trying to follow trying to chase that carrot, looking like an old horse and carriage, trying to chase the carrot.
Yeah.
They come back. They said, man, they got a little fascinated. They came back and just see how the house is and everything. They came back, man. There was a big old factory there, big old company, man. You know what I'm saying? Like them new tech companies they got, that's going on Google and all that. They said, what the hell happened? He said, the guy that was back here, he dig 2 feet deeper and the oil popped up. And he sold the place, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, you see what I'm saying? If you don't keep digging, and keep going, until the casket drop, man, hey, that's on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's all.
Thank you so much for coming on, and stay safe, stay well, and maybe I'll see to see you again soon.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Thank you very much.
Okay, man. You have a good one.
And you.
All right, man.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I will see you all again next time. That was Mustafa Saed. Thank you very much. This has been Wrestling Bants. You know what you've got to do. Smash the subscribe button. Smash the like button. There is more interviews on the way. On the way. There are big names coming on Wrestling Bants, so stay tuned.